Still statuesque and dignified, 50 years on from being the first black-skinned student to walk into an all-white school in the American state of Arkansas. Proudly going where no student of colour had gone before and captured in a photograph.
I don't consider myself well known. The photograph is well known. I very much understand that the photograph is famous.
Elizabeth Eckford was one of the Little Rock Nine, a group of 9 coloured people who, through forced desegregation, went to a previously all-white school. Accompanying her in Dunedin are US Consul General to New Zealand Caitlin Clow and former US Army Lieutenant Colonel Eurydice Stanley.
She was the first member of the Little Rock Nine to show up at Central High that day. And so the hatred of that crowd was focused solely on her, and she bore that on 15-year-old shoulders. And she was able to endure because she knew how important what she was doing was.
Elizabeth Eckford has lived in Little Rock, Arkansas since 1974, and despite remaining fairly anonymous, is proud of the southern state having a monument to the struggles her and 8 others endured.
And in Little Rock, it's the only southern state that has statuary dedicated to the civil rights movement on his Capitol grounds. It's called Testament.
Hundreds of pupils from schools all around the region packed into the Otago Girls High School hall to hear the US civil rights activist discuss racism, prejudice and bullying. Elizabeth Eckford wouldn't talk about the current US political climate. However, Eurydice Stanley says Eckford's experiences still ring true today.
I won't discuss American politics.
Her experiences are relevant today because it speaks to the resilience and the tenacity of the American spirit. And unfortunately, it was a horrific time in American history. But 9 children, 9 youth showed the world the tenacity that's necessary to bring about change.
Elizabeth Eckford says despite a very tough year at high school, she enjoyed her college years and worked a number of jobs before compiling her experiences in a book. She's visiting Dunedin to discuss her life and the book called The Worst First Day, Bullied While Desegregating. In Dunedin, the South Today.